about that and all things paid ads, Google ads, and why that's important to business. As you know, on this show, we talk about business and wealth. Business is about making money, right? So let's make money, but also make money. We can utilize that to grow and create wealth. So, Marilyn, welcome to the Business and Wealth Show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I really enjoy your podcast. I'm looking forward to this.
Superb. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Marilyn, often at the beginning of the show, I ask our guests to tell us a little bit about their background. Actually, with you, I want to know, tell everyone what you do currently, then we want to go into the background entrepreneurial journey in a moment. So tell us what you do currently.
I run a digital marketing agency with a team of 8 scattered around the world, and we help small businesses and local businesses grow with digital marketing. Whether it's their website, your Google business profile, or paid ads, we help with even social media. So we help you get out there, get your brand out there, and start getting that great referral source, which is social media and your Google business profile.
And for those who don't know what Google Business Profile is, please tell us more because, yeah, people know what social media is. I think a lot of our audience would know what paid ads are. But what is a Google Business Profile and why is that important?
Okay, your Google business profile, you might recall it being called your Google My Business. Okay, so Google Business Profile is like the 8th iteration of the original Google Places. So if you're old enough to remember the yellow pages,
Oh, no.
where all businesses were listed. So imagine taking that, Google taking that and digitizing it. So everyone has a listing. So as they iterate and get more features into it, make it more powerful, expand it to different regions, different things like that, they've changed the name. And about 18 months ago or so, it became your Google Business Profile. And it is an incredibly powerful way of making sure that Google knows everything about you so they can bring you up in all the local searches that you qualify for.
Wow. And in simple terms, why is that important to that local business?
Well, let me ask you, last time you were a consumer and you were on your phone, where did you go to search for something?
Google.
Bingo.
So you answered that. So that's why it's important. So if people are looking for your business and they can't find you on Google, you're missing out heavily, I presume.
Exactly. I mean, how many times have you found yourself, maybe you wanted a pizza,
Mm,
or maybe you were looking for puppy supplies, and
mm.
you're looking up, well, the first thing that comes up are paid ads. The second thing that comes up is a map. Google says 50 to 80% of the people that search on their mobile and even on their laptop or on their computer will click on the map pack. The map pack is free.
Okay,
That's your Google business profile.
fantastic. Listen, thanks for explaining that. We're going to go deeper into that in a moment. Tell us about your entrepreneurial journey. How long have you been an entrepreneur? And what was the journey? What happened? How did you become an entrepreneur?
I've been an entrepreneur since about the year 2000. I was in outside sales for a long time. Yes, that's dating me. I was in outside sales, so I've worked at home for a very long time, and the opportunity came up to open a franchise, and so I did that. And then I also opened a digital marketing firm at the time, helping people with websites. And that time, because that's kind of what was going on. If you didn't have a website, you needed one,
Hmm.
and just from referrals, it just grew and grew. And so now we do everything from websites to social media to paid ads.
So over 24 years you've been doing that. Fantastic. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you very much for that. So for the local business, so I want to say this. So for the local business owner, get a Google business profile. How easy is it to do that? Can they do that on their own? Do they need an expert like you to create that?
They can do it on their own. And there may already be a Google business profile there. You just haven't claimed it. Okay. So if your business isn't truly very new, it's very possible it's there. Go to Google in your local area and type in your business name. And if it comes up on the right-hand side of your screen, that's your Google business profile. There's a link on there that says claim this listing. So you would claim the listing, you would verify that that's truly you. And there's several different types of verifications that Google has. Most recently, they're kind of pushing the video where you take it on your phone and you walk your phone around your office and that sort of thing and so show that you are a real business and upload the video and they verify you, and then you start filling it out. You give Google as much information as you can about you, about what you do, the right categories, so that they know which searches to show you in.
Interesting. So, are there any cases where these businesses have been contested? Someone says it's mine, someone else says it's mine, and what's been the outcome generally?
Well, the biggest problem, it could be, now I'm not saying it's rampant, but it could be your competition could claim your Google business profile and just put their phone number on it.
Oh wow. What happens in that incident when you realize
Well,
finally, someone's listened to Marilyn, you mean go there and claim it? And you go there and someone else already has it. Thank you for telling me, Marilyn, but well, now what do I do?
well, the Google business profile is one of the very few places in Google where you can actually find support and talk to someone.
Hmm.
So you would go into the support and say, no, this is my business, prove it, and then they could get it back to you.
Okay, so there's a process for that to happen.
Yeah.
Now, we have a lot of coaches and consultants who listen to this show. Does it work respectively the same way? Because a lot of coaches and consultants, they may not be establishing a fixed office outside of
Mm-hmm.
that. Maybe they're working from their home or their home office. They have their laptop, they have their mobile phone. How would what's your advice to these type of people?
So you can still get a Google business profile and then tell them you do not want to publish your address. That is not going to help you.
Mm,
Okay. You'll have your information out there. So if someone were to Google you, all of your information is there. So that will be helpful in that way. But as far as it helping you come up in local searches, that's not going to be as relevant because your address isn't there. Remember, the reason Google is number one is because of a good user experience. They want to offer a good user experience. So
right.
that's why we want to give them everything. And they don't feel like in the local searches, if you don't want your address published, that's not a good user experience. So you wouldn't be in the maps because there's just no reason for you to be there because you can't be pinned on the map. You don't have an address.
What's your advice for them? Like someone comes to you and say, Marilyn, help me, I want to be found. And you advise them Google business profile and they don't want to show their home address. Is there another way? I know here in the UK, you can subscribe to service businesses where you can use that as your registered address. You can use that as a trading address and still trade from your home. Do you have that? Is that available in the US and other parts of the world? Do you know?
It is. We have a thing called Regis, which used to be like a WeWork thing. It's a work sharing place. Those are adequate. I would put it that way. If you go to a place that has like 100 other businesses in it, then the weight is on how many of those were scam businesses that Google now says that address is bad, no one could use it.
Right.
Okay. If it's just a mail forwarding service, Google's not going to use that. If it's a PO box, no. So it could be advantageous for you to, if you know someone with a business address, say, hey, can I pay you a little bit of rent and hang a shingle out front?
Right.
You know,
Right.
so
Right.
now you have a street address and it's a real business. So, even rent a tiny place that you use as a storeroom and put a shingle on it. It shows a real business address. So there's a few little ways that you can do that's not expensive. I know I've got clients in the US that have, they have their a partner business in another city. And so they will rent part of their business. They'll rent one little office in their office building. And even if they never go there often, but they can do business in that city. So they can have a second Google business profile. So there's a few ways of doing it. Those shared working places are not as good because again, you don't know what other businesses are listed there. And if they've made the address kind of a bad address for Google.
Wow. Okay. That's a great explanation, and I think that gives people an insight into what they might want to do or just stay as they are. So, what are some important aspects of the Google business profile that you highly recommend that people follow and make sure they have it in place?
The absolute first number one priority is to make sure your name, address, and phone number are exactly the same everywhere on the internet. And I mean, even if you use the word suite and then sometimes STE, that's not the same.
Oh,
Data is data. Okay. It needs to be exactly the same. The more of the we call them citations, the more Google gives you relevance. But what's really important is the name of your business. I've had clients that come to me and they have business name, Italian restaurant, My City as the name of their business.
oh, wow.
That's not the name of their business. The name of the business, Google is looking for that to be the actual official legal name of your business. So make sure the name is correct. Then the next step is choose the correct and relevant categories. So they have pre-listed all these categories. So say you are a family law attorney.
Hmm.
You can choose law firm or attorney, tells me nothing. So tells Google nothing. But if you say my very first keyword or category is going to be family law attorney, my second one is divorce attorney, my third one is law firm attorney. So choose as many categories as possible in your particular region. And I say in your region because they roll out these different additional features globally, just slowly, but prioritize your categories. Those are the first things that will tell Google who you are and what searches you need to go to, be found in.
Thanks for that, Marilyn. Marilyn, apart from GBP growth, well, when I saw it initially, for me, I read it as Great British Pound,
Of course.
British Pound as the currency. But what's the apart from Google Business Profile, what other services do you provide to small business owners in that realm?
We do, depending on the company or the niche of the company, we do Facebook and Instagram ads, which work really, really well for a lot of businesses. And we also do Google PPC. Now, if you're doing Google ads, you want to make sure that whoever's helping you with it, or if you're doing it yourself, connect your Google business profile to it.
Mm,
That way, is in certain areas, Google is putting ads in the map pack. So the map pack is 3. But in certain areas, they are 4, and the ad is the top one. You can guarantee the person that's showing up as an ad is also running Google PPC. So it gets you better placement where people are clicking. So we do Google ads. We help update your website. But most of our clients are ads and Google Business Profile because I think a multi-step approach, obviously Google Business Profile, we can see an increase in phone calls and traffic within the first 6 weeks. And so that it starts showing you can get a higher return on your Google Business Profile than you can ads over the course of 12 months. So doing ads and SEO are the 2 things that we do for most of our clients.
Thank you for that. Marilyn, are there any circumstances where someone has approached you and said, look, I need your services? And let's focus on the Google Business Profile. And you look at it and think, well, this is not going to work for you. And you've had to turn them away or say, no, I can't help you. What type of business is that? Or what are the circumstances that when that's created?
Mostly whenever I turn down a client, it's going to be like an e-commerce client. If you're selling, if you're a shoe store, a shirt store, or maybe the watch store or something like that, and you have a very large market, it's a beyond the scope of what we do. It's a much larger ad spend to reach a much larger audience, and it's got a lot of branding built into it. So that's a bit more of a scope that I would refer out. I work with local businesses because that's our sweet spot. That's what we do really well. Some of my clients have, I stopped counting how many went over seven digits in revenue from our services and upwards of like 14 to 15 ROI.
Wow, 14x ROI,
Yeah.
and within a short space of time, just growing the business rapidly. Now, for those people listening in right now, Marilyn, and thinking, wow, sounds good. I can do this. Well, it sounds good. Marilyn's giving me some ideas. I can do it on my own. How
Mm.
easy or how hard is it to do your GBP, Google Business Profile, as well as the SEO, as well as making sure the map's in the right place, as well as doing pay-per-click? How easy or how hard is that for the business owner that is busy trying to run their business and then thinking, well, I'm going to do this as well?
And I think you just hit the nail on the head. It's like the business owner that spends all the time networking to get sales, and then they go and fulfill those sales, and
Uh,
then the sales go down until they go networking again, and then they get all these sales, and then they perform all those sales, and now the sales have gone down, and so it's a rat race, right? I mean, you're
right.
constantly doing this as opposed to doing this. Do what you do best and let someone else do what they do best to help you grow. Hiring an agency is a quarter of the price of hiring an employee to do something like this. It's just, can be so much more because you're buying time, right? You want your business to grow while you are actually growing your business. And that's what we help our clients do.
Well, makes a lot of sense. I say on this podcast as well. Listen, we need to be more efficient. We're building our business for wealth. We're not just building our business for income. We don't want to be working every hour of the day, grinding, grinding, grinding. We want to find smarter, more effective ways of doing it. And if someone like Marilyn can help you to be more effective, more efficient, and make more money quickly, why would you not speak to Marilyn? Right? So that's a key thing there. I think you made that very clear. Why would you try and figure this out, which is a wholly different skill set to maybe what you are doing, what you already have. Now,
it makes so much more sense for you to take your time and your investment in your business to get your systems and your team in place to better service your clients and let someone else that's already up to speed bring those new clients to you. Now what you're doing is you're more efficient. You're doing less work in the same amount of time so that you can work on your business, not in it. So that's the key. It's kind of like an outsourced marketing service officer, if you want to think it that way.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense. And you said something earlier on that it's actually cheaper to have an agency like yourself, your company, rather than hire someone in full time to do that. And the other thing as well, what if they go sick, and what if they can't maintain? They off for a month, for 2 months. What happens?
They quit. Yeah, or they quit. Plus, you don't have to pay, benefits or any of those kinds of things, and it's a contract labor. So, it makes it it's kind of a no-brainer. If you've got the budget to outsource your marketing, do that. If you don't have the budget to outsource your marketing, that's exactly why I wrote my book. Is I had smaller companies coming to me. They weren't quite ready to run ads, but they weren't aware of this huge, huge benefit that Google is giving you. So I put together the Google Business Profile Training Guide that walks you step by step through everything we've talked about today.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now, aside from using, there are people who've come to you, you've helped them to grow their business. How were they doing it before you explain what you do and how you do, and then get them the 10x, the 14x ROI? What were they doing before? The reason why I'm asking that question, Marilyn, is we've got some people in the audience thinking, well, what I'm doing is working, but maybe they're working too hard, inefficiently. And if you've got any case studies or stories of any companies or any local businesses or any consultants or coaches or experts who are doing it one way, come to you, and suddenly things take off. I'd love to hear it.
Well, one of the biggest things that I've seen is people come to me and they're doing print ads, not necessarily, the bus scan or the park benches, but maybe they're doing ads in magazines, ads in the local paper, those kinds of things. Well, that's going out. It's like buying a billboard. How can you tell how that's working? Right? Unless you're buying a different tracking number for every single one and you're keeping track of that with a spreadsheet that goes on forever.
Yeah.
You just can't pinpoint what's working. With digital marketing, you can. I could put out 10 ads on Facebook and Instagram, and I can tell you to the minute which one's getting the most clicks, which one's being more effective. And I could tell you which ones are not, so that we kill the bad ones, we learn for what's out there, and then we come up with new creatives. We can constantly give your audience new creatives, new text, and be in front of more people and still track it. So the thing is I want my clients to understand, and potential clients to understand, if you're going to spend money to grow your business, make it trackable. What can be measured can be changed and found and improved upon.
Yeah, great. I love that. Has anyone come to you for, maybe their brand has been tarnished and they've got a bad reputation inadvertently, and asked you to help them to really get a better presence and more respect on the Google search engine or any other platform? Any incidents of that?
We have helped with reputation management before. Many times what people come to us, it's irrelevant, bad reviews. It was from a competitor. So we help them, get more positive reviews to bring that star rating up,
Right.
as well as to protest the bad reviews that are irrelevant. And also, it's the thought process of 5.0 is not going to get you any more traffic than a 4.7, right?
Right.
Many people on their head, nobody walks on water. Everybody has a bad day,
Yeah.
right? So don't obsess over 5.0. But if you've got some bad reviews on there, what you need to do is get in the habit of asking for a review when you and this needs to be part of your business process. Always, when you finish working with someone, ask for a review.
Mm.
Make it super easy. Send them a link directly to the review box that pops up with the 5 stars, right? Make it
Okay.
super easy. And we've noticed through automations and doing these reputation management programs that many people will wait until the third request to leave you a review. So the first time, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Yeah, no problem. Life gets in the way.
Right.
Second time, yeah. Third time, almost you'll get most of the people by the third time. So what you want to do is try to automate your request. So you request it from everybody. Before you send the second request, check and see if they did it. You can automate this. If they have left a review, don't send them another request.
Right.
If they haven't, send them another request. And again, before the third request, make sure they haven't sent a review. But you want to ask them 3 times and make that part of your process, right? And then what you want to do is reply to every single one. Remember what I said earlier? Google likes engagement
Mhm.
because the user experience has to be really good. That's what keeps people going to Google and not going to Bing or Yahoo, right?
Right.
So you want to show, I want that user experience. I care about the user experience. I care about my customer experience. Reply to every review
Mhm.
professionally with your keywords, with the city that you're in,
Okay.
even the negative ones.
Right. So it's all about reputation. It's all about, I love something you said there, that there is no big difference between a 4.7, 4.8, and a 5 star review. Now, if it's 5 star constantly, I suppose it can be seen as, well, maybe it's too perfect to be true. It's like you said,
Well, and you're always going to have somebody, you might get a 4 star. There's
right.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Now, if you get a bunch of ones, now we've got a problem. But a
Mm.
1, everybody has a bad day. It
Yes.
could have been the customer. It could have been your employee. Own up to sorry. It was, be very professional in the reply. And if that 1 star review, that person never came to your business, simply state that in
Oh,
your reply
yeah.
and then report it to Google.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks for that. Listen, you are listening to the Business and Wealth Show with me, Mac Attram, your business and wealth coach, and Marilyn Jenkins, the expert when it comes to Google business profile, as well as SEO, search engine optimization, that is, and pay per click advertising. Now, remember to like, remember to share, remember the algorithm likes interaction. So make some comments, please. Give us a thumbs up. Say something that worked for you. What are you learning right now? What's working for you? We haven't finished yet. Stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. So, Marilyn, tell me about your agency. Tell me about if someone suddenly raised their hand and go, oh, well, it makes a lot of sense. I can see how this can drive more leads to the business. I can see how we can grow our business using Marilyn's services or a digital marketing agency services. What is your process that they would have to go through? Do you have a 3 step process, a 5 step process? Because some people might think, well, I'm really busy in my business. Yes, I want more business, but now I've got to speak to someone. I've got to explain all this, and then what's going to happen? Is it going to take a lot of my time and energy? So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that briefly.
Well, we start out with a discovery call. It's 15 minutes. And what we want to do is get to know your business, your goals, what your thoughts are, explain how our service works, and see if it's a good fit. So it takes you 15 to 20 minutes of your time on the phone. It's not a Zoom call. And we just go over what are you looking for? How can we help you? Where are you? And if you wanted an SEO audit, so that what we would do is look at your Google business profile, your website, everything about you across the web, and find the spots that are missing, the spots that are done really well. That's a 30-minute call. So we just need some time beforehand. It takes a few hours to run all those reports, have those ready for you. That's a Zoom call. We show you everything and you either take it and run with it or hire us to do it for you.
Got it. Awesome. In that respect, have you ever had a situation where you've done the audit, presented it to the business, and they've just realized something is hurting them out there, and they had no clue that this comment or this view or this thing was hurting them, and it was actually driving business away from them? Do you have an example like that?
Hours of operation on your Google Business Profile. So had a client that all of a sudden had no sales on Tuesday, no walk-in traffic.
Wow.
They're like, 3 Tuesdays in a row, what's going on? And finally they checked their Google Business Profile. Someone must have been a member of their team, someone that had access to their Google Business Profile or their computer,
well, they closed.
said they closed on Tuesday. So we discovered that. I'm like, when did you start closing on Tuesday? We're not closed on Tuesday.
Wow.
Change their hours correctly. So always watch your hours of operations. If you have special hours during the holiday time, fix it, update it. And Google is now showing people that search the last date you updated your profile.
So is that something that you keep an eye on for your clients in terms of helping them to be seen and visible with the right information?
Yeah, so with your Google Business Profile, what we do for them is we do an update every week. So think of it like you've heard of writing articles, right? A blog post.
Yeah.
There's posts on your Google Business Profile. There are products, there are services, there are photos, there's videos, there's all of these different elements you can add. So if we're working with it, we add something every week.
Oh, wow.
Then we do backlinks to that post. So we're building citations all over the web for everything we add to your Google Business Profile. So now Google's seeing that you're more relevant. Now, if you don't use our service, I still suggest doing something once a week. Takes like 10 minutes if you want to do the easiest stuff, which is add a photo, add a product, reply to a review. Just do something.
Okay, great tips, great strategies, great insights there, Marilyn. For those people who want to reach out to you and have a discussion or want to learn more from you or want to engage you, what's the best way for them to be able to do that?
You can find me on LinkedIn. You could always go to mjmediagroup.co. That's my website. And if you're interested in getting the book so you can see about doing this on your own, it's at maximizeyourgbp.com.
Maximize with a Z, your gbp.com. Okay, we'll make sure we add it to the footnotes of this on this show as well. Hey, Marilyn, I'm just going to come back to you in a moment and ask you a question. And the question will be, is there anything that I could have asked you or should have asked you and I haven't, but it's relevant for our audience to know so they can maximize their sales revenue and make more money? That's what I want to ask you. Now, for those of you listening in, remember, share this show with other people. Share it, click share and share it with other people. Share the link with them as well. And if they are in business, they're a local business or and they're looking to drive more sales, this show may actually open their eyes. This particular show with Marilyn right now may open up their eyes as to, there is another way. And it's not only about constantly adding content to Instagram. There might be another way to drive traffic and drive prospects and drive clients to the business. So Marilyn, over to you. Is there anything I could have or should have asked you that is relevant to our conversation today?
Well, I think what is the best thing to post, the first thing to put on your Google Business Profile? Now, if you're posting on Instagram, you're throwing it out into the world without knowing how they're going to find you, right? But if you did an intro video that you introduced yourself, what your business is and how you help your clients, 45 seconds, put that as your first and base master photo on your Google Business Profile. That's the first thing people are going to see.
Oh, wow.
Now your know, like, and trust factor is going to grow, and you're actually putting that content in front of people that are searching for you today.
Amazing, amazing. So it's like sometimes I phone an institution and I'm on the phone and I can see it's an AI robot. And after a while, after a few seconds, I go, no, talk to a human, please. Okay, just transferring you. So what you're saying is when someone finds your business on Google, there's a human that comes up, which is you, with a friendly face saying, hey, this is what we do, this is how we can help you, as opposed to just reading text. And I
Right.
suppose video can pull them in and be compelled to contact this company,
Yeah,
right?
and you don't need anything fancy. Talk to your phone.
Right.
Talk to them. Put your phone on and act like you're talking to that potential new client. Tell them what you want them to know. Keep it short. Who are you? What do you do? How can you help me? And how can I reach you? Simple.
There you go. Very professional, to the point, and key. Hey, I want to say thank you so much, Marilyn, for jumping in and give us this insight as well. I really appreciate that. All the tips, all the tactics, all the things that maybe people are not aware of, but certainly you've made that clear now. So, Marilyn, thank you, thank you, thank you for being on the Business and Wealth Show with me.
Thank you for the opportunity. It's been a pleasure.
You are most welcome. I want to say thank you to all of you for listening, for tuning in, for watching, whichever channel that you are on. Remember to follow, remember to subscribe, depending on which channel you are on. And until next time, thank you and take care. Keep growing your business. Remember, we're growing business for wealth, not just for income. Bye for now. Take care.